Good afternoon, guys, and welcome to another market breakdown for the week ahead. This coming week's quite a big week. We've got one second. Let me just quickly check the news. I did post it in the Discord. So let's have a quick look if that hurries up and loads up. Probably not, because I'm on my laptop. I'll go onto the internet if that loads up. Right, Forex Factory. Right. Yeah, so we've got quite a heavy week upcoming with. Why is my signal so bad? The signal's really bad. Let's quickly filter some of this. Take these ones off. Not important. Right, okay, so tomorrow we actually have no news. And then it starts picking up from the Tuesday. We've got PPI from the US dollar. Then we've got CPI on the Wednesday. Retail sales, unemployment claims. Yeah, we've got a heavy week. A lot of movement's probably going to be happening this week. So yeah, just be mindful of that situation there. But coming to the charts, we have 9 pairs I'm going to be looking at for the week ahead. Obviously, I'm not going to be trading all them pairs. I'm just going to see what one presents the best setups. Most of them have already got a setup ready to go. Just waiting for certain moves to happen before I can take the entry. But yeah, we have 9 pairs, and I'm just going to maybe pick the 1, 2, or 3 that fit the best or that are looking the best. Obviously, all 9 of these ain't going to play out to a T, or they're not even going to come to the setup in general. So yeah, we're going to be looking at what we can get at the best we can get. So we're starting off with Great British Pound, Australian dollar, then Euro Great British Pound, and then Euro Aussie dollar, then Euro CAD, then Great British Pound Swiss franc, Great British Pound NZD, NZD USD, NZD CAD, and Euro USD. So yeah, these are all swings as well. Starting off with Great British Pound, Australian dollar. This week here was a news event, but nevertheless it did spike up, it did take out liquidity, and straight after that we did have an impulsive market structure shift, which now can confirm that we are in a downtrend. But being mindful on this one is that we have came into a daily range discount now, and we have come into the demand zone as well. So I am looking to take a short from these areas, but we have to be mindful on this trade in general, because we have now come into the daily discount. We've also come into a demand zone. We could just see a continuation to the upside, so we have to see how we react there. We do have liquidity weekly highs here that have also been taken from that wick above. The weekly did finish very bearish, so this is why I am overall looking at a downward trend on this one, just because we have a lot of confluences indicating that we could move downside, but just be mindful that we could also still pop upside. Just quickly running over that, sorry, my mind just went blank then. I'm just looking for a simple pull up into the 71 fib, and then obviously target the daily lows or these lows here, which is what I should be targeting. Sorry, once again, mine went blank. Yeah, targeting them fib lows there. We do have a supply zone sitting here, which is just below the 71 fib. So we could just tap into that and then react from here. So looking at this region here, the supply zone, we could then drop down into the 15 and see what kind of way we react from that zone. So just be mindful of that as well, that once we get to this area, we could just react straight away, not get a tag in on the 71. So just be mindful, we want to see this same setup on the lower time frame, i.e. the 15 minute in this area, to then target them lows. Moving on, Euro Great British Pound, same thing again. We're in a long bullish leg. We are now, I think this is based off the 1 hour. Yeah, it's a bit fiddly because I'm on the laptop today. Yep, so we're in the extension of the 4 hour. We've had the 1 hour sweep of the liquidity, then an impulsive move downside, taking out multiple areas of structure, market structure shift, now break of structure as well. I'm looking for a pull back upside, filling in all these volume candles into the 71 fib level and a continuation downside. I will be obviously always, as you know, target these fib lows. I never really extend unless I'm really confident in the extension. But just to play it safe and get my typical 2 to 2.45 R, I always target these lows here. Euro Australian dollar. This one is based off the 4 hour. Big leg of an extension, which we did sweep liquidity beforehand and then break structure. This is a continuation trade, so we don't look for the market structure shift. So we've got the extension upside, liquidity sweep, and break of structure. Straight after all that happened, there was a very impulsive move, which is what we like. We've had a pullback. We did have some messing around in these areas. I did have a trade taken at the 71, but I did close it last week in a bit of a loss around here, because once we started dropping again, I was expecting lower levels to this demand zone. So I'm going to see how we react around this demand zone, and then maybe be targeting longs again. But daily wise, we are quite in a high extension of a range still. We have this range here to this range here, so I can still see potential pull down to these lower levels here. We have a level here, which is, if you look at that crosshair, that's a nice support range there overall, so we could still see potential deeper retracement on that one. Euro CAD, same thing again, with just another continuation trade. Liquidity sweep, impulsive move upside, break of structure, we've pulled back down. We are now hovering at the 71, so I'm going to see how we react this week. We've come into a demand zone that lines up with the 71. We do have another demand zone down here, but I'm hoping we don't pull down that deep. So I'm just going to see how we react around this level. Be looking at the 15-minute and 5-minute to see some breaks of structures and to see how price reacts around these levels. But overall, I'm looking for a higher push upside. Great British Pound and the Swiss franc. I was speaking to Mo earlier, funny enough. We are now about this trade because there's two entries we could get in 1 week on this pair. Huge range here. I'm still looking for an overall upside. So dropping down to the 1 hour. We've got lovely order flow here, lows, highs, lows, highs, lows, highs. I'm expecting a new low to be printed. But on this pair, based on the lower time frame, we're now in the extension of that push. So now obviously we are looking for that low to be printed, right? We've had a liquidity sweep, upside, extension downside, impulsively, market structure shift, and now we are returning to the 71 fib. I'm expecting an entry around this level. You can, on this one, target the 71 fib for the long position, and that long position is based off of overall continuation on the higher time frame, but we have a liquidity sweep, market structure shift, another structural level violated, and then a break of structure overall. So from this range, from this low to this high, we are still bullish. We can catch the counter trade and then take the long position upside. Moving on to New Zealand dollar, Great British Pound. This is just another continuation trade. I am looking at this, but we can always piss about it. This one's not going to be the one on my biggest radar, should I say. I'm just expecting a pullback upside. I want to see how we react around this level. As you can see, I've printed it here. Low, liquidity sweep, market structure shift into the 2071 fib level and a continuation downside. Wouldn't worry too much about this pegs. We have so many other pairs that look really fucking good compared to this one. This is just a continuation trade. It's there. I'll mark it out. I keep an eye on it. See what happens. NZD USD. Yes, this is a continuation upside again. liquidity sweep, move upside, multiple levels been broken again, same thing over and over again. Market structure shift, breaker structure. I'm expecting a pull into the 71, which we are almost there, and then a continuation upside. But I believe on this pair we are in a higher time frame range. Yeah, so we are, if you was to draw the fib on this pair from the higher level order flow, yeah, we have already tapped the 71. So you just got to be mindful on this one that we could now see an extension downside breaking this structure, this now being a liquidity sweep, this being a market structure shift, and then a return to these levels to continuation down. So this is another one that's going to be not so much on the radar, but we'll be keeping an eye on it. See how we react around this level first. If we start getting push and see some nice structure form, I'll continue it upside. But if not, I'll wait, see this level be broken, then I'll know that we are more than likely going to be putting back into this area here and taking shorts downside to continue the higher time frame analysis. Euro CAD. I was in this one again last week and I closed it in profit just because I didn't like the way it moved. I got in from this high here, it moved into profit, then it come back, I was at break even and it pushed down, and yeah, it didn't move away from this position when I took the trade as much as I'd like. It just pushed down and come back up. I'd like to see a clean push down, strength in the market, and it just didn't happen. But overall, this is based off the 4-hour liquidity sweeps here. We've had some structure shifts and we've finally pulled back into the 71 and the supply zone. I'm overall looking for these lows to be taken down here. But obviously now we've had liquidity. This ain't a liquidity sweep, by the way. I marked this out because this is resting liquidity. So we could see a push up, take out that liquidity before we see the market structure shift. But overall, I am hoping that we get this level here broken, pull into a range, and then continuation to the downside. So that's what I'm hoping. Not overly excited about that one anymore. And then a simple one, and then a nice clean one on Euro USD. Sorry. Order flow again is just nice lows and highs, nice little bearish trend. We are in the daily range as well. I'm looking for a further deeper pull into the daily range, filling some of these volume candles and imbalance and so on. So I'm looking at this order flow here, nice bearish order flow. We've had the liquidity sweep into a supply zone, push downside, broke structure, very impulsive. So we've got some levels here to fill in. We pulled back within the week. We tapped into a 71, tapped into a supply zone, and it looks like we're pulling away again. So I'm just going to be looking for, I was drawing this out earlier, but I'm just going to be looking for some sort of break structures, maybe this level here, get that level broken, smooth that out of the way, get this level broken here, and then I'll be looking for something strong, pull back up into some sort of area of supply, take some liquidity, and then I'll continue to the downside. That's what I want to see on Euro US dollar. And I think that's it, right? Yeah, that's it. So that's all 9 pairs. Quickly just run over them again on a quick one. So starting off with GA, just looking for a pull back up into our supply zone, order 71 fib, and then a pull back downside. So we're looking for shorts on this pair, but be mindful that we have tapped into the daily range of the discount, so we could still continue upside on this one. EG, based off the 1 hour, we've had the liquidity sweeps, we've had the market structural shifts and the break of structure. I'm looking for a pull back, filling in this impulsive move, tapping into our 71, and I'm expecting price to come and fill in this imbalance down here on the daily, I'm in the 4-hour range there. EA, continuation trade. We're in a demand zone now, so I want to see straight away at the start of this week, I want to see some nice price action to continue it upside, or I'm expecting a break of these lows here, pull back into this range, and a continued downside. Same thing on this one. All the flow is upside, so I'm just looking for a buy. This one, I'm not too bothered if it breaks these lows. I'm not going to be looking for the short. It was just because on the Australian pair, the daily range and all that I had marked out, so we we are in the higher time frame range where we could be potentially dropping. ECAD, I haven't bothered with the higher time frame stuff. I'm just looking for a continuation on that one. Great British Pound, Swiss franc, the order flow. This is where potential 2 trades this week. Order flow is bullish. We've had a lovely 15-minute structure printed there. Liquidity sweep, impulsive move downside, market structure shift, returning to 71, sell it down to our bullish 71 fib level, and then we'll ride the buyers back upside. New Zealand dollar and Great British Pound. I'm looking for a pullback up into our supply zone to then take short positions based on what kind of price action we get. New Zealand dollar USD, I'm looking for buyers again. It's liquidity sweep, 2 levels of structure have been invalidated, market structure shift and breaker structure, return back to the 71. I'm looking for a buyer upside again. New Zealand dollar CAD, lots of liquidity sitting above us, so we need to be mindful of this one, but we are looking for a simple market structure shift from this level here and then a potential pullback up to continue downside. But please be mindful of the liquidity on the upside on this one, because there is 3 levels of equal high sitting there now. And then finally, EU, order flow move, liquidity sweep, impulsive move downside causing a breaker structure. We have returned to a supply zone that is lined up perfectly with that 71 fib. I'm just looking for a lower time frame structure break and then a return again to a significant level to continue downside. That's it. So 9 pairs, keep an eye on them. If you're taking any swings, let me know, and I'll see you at the next one.